Hi, I want to just briefly explain my experience with the whole inner monologue thing. Because there's a certain type of person whom I was at many points through most of my life. Like if you ask them, do you have an internal monologue? They'd say yes. Of course I have an internal monologue. Doesn't everyone? What are you talking about? If there were a person without an internal monologue, wouldn't they be an NPC? And uh, first of all, no. Like, there's lots of stuff. I haven't actually consumed much of this content about the internal monologue discussion, but I wanted to throw in my 50 cents anyway. I don't have an internal monologue as such. I have an internal mixtape. There is always a song playing in the back of my mind, and if I'm not talking about anything, if I'm just sort of walking or sitting or vibing, or even just watching a video of someone talking about stuff, it'll come out in my breathing, in the way I just fiddle with my toes and stuff. Like, my heart rate may or may not align to the rhythm of the song that is going through my head, and there's always some snippet of it. And just thinking in words is genuinely harder for me than thinking in song snippets. Feel good. So oftentimes, if there's a song that aligns to the words that I'm saying, it'll switch over to that, which is, it's very hard to describe. It's not like there's playing in my ears, and it's not like I'm forcing it into existence. It's just it exists as the bedrock on top of which all of my other thoughts rest, if that makes the slightest amount of sense. So it's hard to describe, but that's basically how it works for me. I have an internal mixtape and not an internal monologue, and if you do as well, leave a comment and let me know, because I haven't heard anyone talking about this. Then again, I haven't looked, so maybe this is just a common thing. But yeah, I was really surprised when the majority of people in my school didn't have an internal monologue. It was me and one other person who raised their hands when the person asked. It's do you have an internal monologue? Yes or no? I was yes, and she was yes, and then everyone else was no, what are you talking about? And that was just really, really odd, because I thought everyone had an internal monologue, and I thought I had an internal monologue, but it turns out that I don't. And maybe people without internal monologues or internal mixtapes just don't think of it like this. Maybe I'm not going to go so far as to say we're being pseudo-intellectuals when we analyze our own thought patterns, but it is kind of a difference in mindset, isn't it? I don't know where to go with that. That's all I wanted to say. Bye for now.